Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. So I am so happy to be in here with you right here, right now. Today, we're going to be diving into something really powerful around regulating our nervous systems and embodying peace and confidence. So it's the number one lesson necessary to embody peace and confidence. I don't know about you, but there is so much change happening in the world. There are hurricanes, there's, God, incredible family dynamics happening in many people's lives, transitions in relationships, countries, jobs, political events that are really, really tragic. And there's also a lot of beauty happening in the world. And I received a question from someone that sort of illustrates how this is affecting us on a micro level. Like when you want to go out there and share your message, if you're an empath, a coach, a healer, a creative, a highly sensitive, and you have this message inside, for example, that you want to go out there and share, but because the world is so crazy right now and so changeful, it can be exhausting or seemingly impossible to go out there and do it. So today we're going to have a bit of an upgrade vibrationally. Are you ready for this? We're going to reset, ground, connect, and remember who we actually are beyond all the change that is always happening throughout history. You know, that's just the way this dimension is. It's duality, right? So let's take a deep breath to begin. And if actually someone could let me know that you can hear me, that would be amazing. Just in case the technology is having any hiccups. And let's keep breathing for a moment. And if you want, grab some tea or a cup of water. Definitely have a journal or something with you, because we are going to be looking at the number one lesson that you can apply right away. And you might want to just jot down, okay, I can hear it. It works. Fantastic. Okay. So the message I received was from this amazing woman who was basically saying that she doesn't know what to do about her visibility. She says, I have my own Facebook group and I love to be visible, but when it comes to being visible publicly, and by the way, if you don't care about being visible, whatever dream you have in your life, you can apply this to that, okay? So for her, she wants to be visible. She has a Facebook group, but when it comes to being visible publicly, I hide. I don't want my family to see me, even though I have the support of my daughters, 18 and 28, and one of my sisters. I don't feel comfortable showing up publicly for the rest of my family to see me. My brother pokes his nose everywhere I am, LOL, as supportive and critical at the same time, just like my husband, but my other sister and the rest of my family have different beliefs than I do. Even yoga to them is bad and evil. So you see my dilemma. Do you have a video or a piece of advice for something like this? Thank you so much. Okay, so this is a really powerful question, because if you, like this woman, I'm going to keep her name confidential. She has a unique name. If you, like her, want to share something in the world, or you want to go live your dream, but your nervous system is overwrought and you're really stretched and you're finding yourself just trying to manage your own energy, it's so important to learn the lesson that I am about to share with you, okay? So as we are here, as you're hearing me, please keep breathing, connecting, drop all responsibility for others in this moment. Let this be your sacred space to refill your cup. Are you open to this? Are you open to this? I invite you to choose yourself during these 10 minutes or however long we're together. So the number one lesson that we get to learn during these changing times is how to loyally care for ourselves and ground into our bodies. Okay, it's like to embody peace and confidence, we really need to learn how to regulate, and I would say awaken to the changeless state. Okay, the changeless state of consciousness that is available to all of us at all times. But most of us are hijacked into the changeful, into the life that we are seeing on the news and in our friends' lives and in our own lives. all this up and down, all this duality, all this black and white, pain, joy, all of the diverse emotional experiences and psychological impact that our external changes have on us, constant fluctuation. And if we don't awaken to the changeless state inside of ourselves, we're going to have a really difficult life. If you want to create your dreams, if you want to be confident and embody peace as you're going for what you truly want, as you're sharing your message, for example, coaching others, healing others, inspiring others, if that is something you want, there gets to be, because no one's going to invite you to this, what I'm inviting you to today. Nobody out there in the world is going to invite us to wake up out of the obsession with the outside story that we're constantly living in. So how do we actually awaken to this changeless state? See, this woman who asked the question, she wants to go out there and share, but she's totally fixed on what her brother, dad, mother, sister, extended family are going to think about her posting anything. That comes down to a lack of safety. If we place our safety in the hands of others, we are doomed, okay? Like right now, if I were to place my safety in your hands, I'm in a lot of trouble because I don't know who's here. Everyone here is perceiving me differently. Everyone here is at a different stage of safety or like someone to be trusted, that sort of thing. Life is filled with diverse experiences. So I want you to imagine right now, even as I'm making this live stream, prior to making the live stream, I felt the fluctuations of energy move through me. I heard the thoughts come into my mind, the fear thoughts. And then instead of placing my value on whether you like this video or not, and I'm going to share this with you now, just place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a deep breath. Connect in. And notice the difference when you start to draw your energy into sensation, into breath, versus the story we have about ourselves and others. So take a deep, deep, deep breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day. Exhale out with an audible sigh. And so before I turned on this live stream, this is exactly what I did. I tuned in, I connected in, took a deep breath, and I asked myself two questions. What do I feel? And where do I feel it physically? What do I feel and where do I feel it physically? So what I felt was like a bit of, I guess, fear or excitement or energy in my throat chakra especially. And so I located it and I placed my hands there. So I'm going to ask you the question now, what do you feel and where do you feel that physically? What do you feel and where do you feel that physically? You see, if you want to go out into the world and live a big, beautiful life, it's going to be essential to master the lesson of awakening to this level of self-care and to the state of mothering or becoming your own safety, so to speak, so that the part of you that feels unsafe is secured and stabilized. This particular woman does not feel safe because her family is putting their hooks into her, saying, you need to be like this, you can't be like that. In order for me to love you, I need you to you can't talk about yoga, that's evil, that's bad, that's wrong. So she's perplexed because she has a truth. She has her own alignment and integrity, but her family is saying, no, that's not allowed. That is not valid in our family. Do not share that and definitely don't live that. So she's in a crux. Have you ever felt this way? You have a truth inside of you, but to be good, to be pleasing, to be perfect, to be successful, you have to hide that side of yourself. If you live this way, guaranteed you're never going to reach the place you want to reach. And you're always going to feel a level of war and out of body dysregulation as a result. So the question I have for you is there a truth inside of you that others are not accepting of, or you're afraid they won't accept this truth? So let's say you want to share something with the world. Maybe you've accessed, a lot of my clients and students have accessed a deep level of healing, or they have some kind of tool set or something really beautiful and powerful that has healed them and or others, but they're afraid of vocalizing it and voicing it because they don't want trolls, or they don't want pushback, or they don't want to be judged, criticized, rejected. As sensitive, empathic souls who care about others, it's more important than ever to master this one lesson, to ground into your body and become loyal to yourself during these changing times. The reason I share this message over and over again, the reason I'm so committed to sharing this is because I believe that when empaths are mobilized, when we are confident, when we are tapped in, turned on, and we are awake to the connection, the power, the belonging to something so much bigger than our family dynamics or society at large, when we tap into who we are and we're resourced from that changeless place, from that infinite supply inside, the whole world changes for the better, like a domino effect. But even beyond this, most importantly, the one thing we can control is that we change. We illuminate. We walk into a room and the room brightens, not because we're like putting on the right makeup or doing our hair the right way, but because we are connected to something so beautiful, peaceful, true within ourselves. So my question to you is, what is it that you need today in order to feel deeply connected in your body? In order to breathe more deeply, in order to feel a sense of home, regardless of where you are, regardless of what's going on around you. So for me personally, I was feeling overwhelmed a bit and disconnected from my clarity. I didn't know what my next step was because my life has been so full, so full. And so I took the last 30 hours or so to go into a digital Shabbat, so to speak, or a tech detox. And I went inward and I created this magical space in my home. And I went out on a hike and I journaled and I wrote and I connected and I listened and I meditated and I tapped into this changeless state, the place beyond my story in the world, the place where I'm just here with the birds and the trees and the breeze on my skin, resting under the olive tree in my backyard and just enjoying my life, which is now, which is the present moment beyond the story. And in this place, I got so much clarity. So that's what I needed to come home into grounding myself and into the present moment. What is it that you need right now in order to embody peace and confidence? If other people around you are really needing, a lot from you, it's even more important to declare your own space. So this is a short video today where I'm just really inviting you to choose yourself. That the number one lesson that we're being invited to at this time is to choose ourselves. To choose ourselves rather than the narrative of fear that's happening in the world. And so I invite you right now, as you're listening, as you're tuning in, to ask yourself and actually reconnect, like one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and drop deeply in, almost like on your next exhale, you're just dropping into your heart, almost like there's an ocean floor right at the base of your heart. Just landing here. And breathing here and just witnessing as if you're seeing all of the family dynamics, all of the worldly change, all of the fluctuations that are happening in life before knee-jerk response tending to all those things, which obviously there are important things to manage and deal with. First, it's grounding into our bodies and into this changeless state. When I say changeless, I mean, there is the one that's holding you right now with your hands on your heart and on your belly, which naturally drops stress and cortisol levels in the body. That's also this power of love that is changeless. This love has always been here. It's been loving you your whole life. It's been seeing through your eyes. It's been expressing through you. And so when we constantly choose during these changeful times to become perseverant, is that even a word? Earnest in our choosing of ourselves, in taking radical self-care, putting that first, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And then what we bring into the world, confidence just shines through and peace shines through. So is there a dilemma you have been facing or a desire you have been thinking about, overthinking about, waiting for clarity on it before moving? And what I encourage you to realize is that the number one lesson is to become your own safety, because the world out there is not going to do that for you. And many people are still waiting for all the circumstances out there to be just right in order to live a great life, in order to be free, in order to be truthful and honest and in alignment with what we want, who we are, what we stand for. So what is it going to take for you to become your own safety? What is it going to take for you to become your own safety? There's so many ways. I shared one little way. I do it before I go live. I connect with my body. I ground. I remind myself that that I am the safe place. The most important opinion is your own opinion about yourself, right? So I just make sure that my opinion of myself is loving, kind, celebrational. And then I go out and I share. So that's one little thing. I do want to share with you that if you're called to go deep, okay, if you're really called to go deep, by the way, like I have a commitment that I'm super ready to publish my memoir, and I have not been writing, okay? Like I totally fell off the wagon of writing. And this is just an example. This is an example of when we really want something, if we don't have accountability and we don't make a choice and we don't focus and prioritize it daily, it falls to the wayside. So I immediately emailed my writing coach for accountability, to be held accountable. I created a calendar for 28 days for a whole moon cycle just a few days ago, and I've been writing every day since. If there's something you want, like you want to be visible, you want to share your message like this amazing soul, but you just know that it's not going to happen unless you commit, unless you get the support, unless you are held accountable. I just want to let you know that Confident Visibility School starts this Wednesday. Oh my goodness. It starts this Wednesday, and it says on the website 4, but I just have 3 spaces left. And these are private spaces. So you're part of the group and you also get private work with me. That's all that's left. And I don't usually offer private sessions. Usually to work with me, it's a more substantial investment. But this is available for 3 more people. If you want to clear your visibility blocks, really harness this powerful energy inside of you, embody deep peace, and learn really comprehensive yet accessible tools to unwind and recalibrate your nervous system to peace and total absolute confidence. I don't mean like, oh my God, I'm so confident. No, I mean like you feel good no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how impactful your message is, no matter whether you have a good day, whether you're on fire or you're not. You still feel really good and you're moving forward and you're grateful for life and you're living your dreams. If you want to shift the patterns in your life and work with me directly in this incredible, beautiful sisterhood, We start on Wednesday, and grab one of the last spots at thediamondprocess.com/school. And that's for the payment plan and for the pay in full. I cannot wait to start. If you've already registered, I cannot wait to begin on Wednesday. As soon as you register, you're going to get prep school. So it's, you'll get a welcome video and prep school to start making space and setting really strong boundaries and up leveling your energetics today. It will shift your energy. Just prep school alone is worth the investment, in my opinion. So this is available now. You can go to thediamondprocess.com/school. We stop enrollment on Wednesday or as soon as these last spots are filled. So if whatever you see on the website, if it's still open, the website, then you can still grab one of these final spots. And I can't wait to work with you directly. So whatever it is that you have in your heart, I encourage you to make a choice. Make a choice for yourself. I know that these times are really chaotic for many. Maybe they're super beautiful for you. Whatever end of the spectrum you are on, the reality is this is one life that we have. I'll complete with this. I just went to my facialist here and to buy a product, and she only had a small window for me to go into the store. And she said, "I'm so sorry. Her brother basically just is on a life support and he's being taken off." It happened in an instant. Like literally, she had a brother one moment who she loved, who's 49 years old, by the way, so young. And out of nowhere, he was having weird stuff going on in his body. Next thing you know, he's in an ambulance, he's on life support, and they have to pull the plug. She doesn't have a brother anymore. And so we were crying together. I barely know her. I buy the products. I'm just loving her up and holding space. And I realized as I'm talking to her that he kept saying to her, "Stop working so hard. Stop working so hard. You're gonna die of a heart attack. You're gonna get so stressed." And he was giving her this message to her to take better care of herself. And she realizes now that he was saying it because he needed it. Is there something you have been helping others with, but it's really you who needs it? Have you been, like for me, I've been telling people, "Oh my God, you have a book in you. You have to write your book." And I finally realized, am I going to die without this memoir written? No, it's her story for me woke me up to take the advice I have been giving to others, my clients, even strangers, like, "You have a book in you." Loved ones, "You have a book in you." I'm like, that's advice for me. It's time to finish and like really nurture this dream and complete it. Do you have a dream of sharing your voice, of being visible, of being free and confident, genuinely so, and creating an amazing life? Because you are virtually visible, and that way people can buy your services and products. Because if people don't know you exist, how can they actually invest in what you have? So whatever that dream is in your heart, I encourage you to go for it and really have fun along the way, like really have fun along the way. So if you want to join Confident Visibility School, you can go to thediamondprocess.com/school. These are private it's the group program, and you get 2 private sessions with me. I've never done the private element before. And there are, in this moment that I know of, 3 spots left. So come and join us. It's going to be amazing. We start this Wednesday. So what does choosing yourself look like right now? What does choosing your dreams look like right now? What does saying yes to your heart, to your soul, to peace, to the most confident you look like right now? Whatever that is, I encourage you, I support you to take that next step. If you got something from this video, you can give it a thumbs up. Ding. And I will see you in the next video. May the story I just shared with you remind you to live now, live fully, and enjoy your life. It's a lesson, oh my goodness, that I have been learning so intensely over the last 3 years, especially. And Just so grateful to be alive, and may you also feel that gratitude as you live fully now and inspire others to do the same, not by telling them, but by living as an example. All right, friends, I'll see you in the next video. If you're not already subscribed, you can hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week. Mwah. Or in Confident Visibility School. The link is below, by the way. Okay, bye everyone.